Okay, so we've looked at some basic trig functions, and now we need to look at some that are a little more complicated. Okay, and so let's have a look. We approach it the same way, but there's a few things different. So this example 12, we've got sine 2x is equal to negative root 3 over 2. And our domain is from negative pi to pi. So straight away you can see a couple of things. The domain is a little bit different. It's not from 0 to 2 pi or 0 to 4 pi, but from negative to positive. So negative pi to positive pi. And the other thing is that notice in the brackets here, we haven't got just x or just theta, it's 2x. Now the effect of that is that it changes our domain. So the first thing we do in this case is to just make a bit of a change to our domain. Okay, so x is still from negative pi to pi, but in terms of solving our problem, we need to make a change. We look at then what is our domain if x is doubled. Okay, so we look at 2x will be a member of the domain from negative 2 pi to positive 2 pi. So whenever you have your x or theta multiplied by a number, you multiply the endpoints in your domain by that number. Okay, so the negative pi is multiplied by 2, as is pi. So effectively then what we're looking for here is our solutions within the unit circle from negative 2 pi to positive 2 pi. So if this is 0, and if we go to negative 2 pi, that means we're winding backwards. Okay, we wind backwards to negative 2 pi. Okay, so we're starting at negative 2 pi and we go around until we get to 0, and then we go around again till we get to 2 pi. So that's twice around the unit circle. So what that means is we're expecting there to be 4 solutions because we're going twice around the unit circle. Okay. Other than that, our procedure is the same. Okay. We don't need to rearrange the equation. It's sine of our angle is equal to some number. So that's already there. We don't have to change that. So we're now looking then at where are our solutions, which quadrants. It's negative here, so our solutions for sine will be in the third and fourth quadrants. So our solutions will be in the third and fourth quadrants. Now let's think about where we are in terms of domain. So we're at 0, but then we've got to go to negative 2 pi. So winding negative, there's negative 2 pi here. And then we start going in an anti-clockwise direction, which is our positive direction. So we're at negative 2 pi, we're going around, that gets to negative pi. So from negative 2 pi to negative pi, there's no solution. Okay, but then we get to here, and our first solution is found here. So we're at negative pi plus, so we're at negative pi plus our basic angle theta. Okay, and then we get to here. Now in the fourth quadrant, it's this, we go to this point here and then minus, don't we? So we've gone at negative 2 pi, round to negative pi. Then we're going to go to here, which is 0 then. 0 minus, okay, our basic angle. So it's just going to be negative theta, or our negative value of our basic angle. Okay, and then we get to 0 and we start continue winding because we're going to go round again to 2 pi. So around here from 0 to pi. So this angle again, our solution here in this quadrant will be pi plus theta, and then this point here, which would be 2 pi minus theta. Okay, so there's our 4 solutions because we're going around twice around the unit circle. Our basic angle, okay, again, when we're finding our basic angle, we ignore the negative, we're just interested in this number here. So we go to our exact values table, and we're looking at sine So sine of our angle is √3/2. So our basic angle is this one here, which is pi/3. So then, that's our basic angle. Now, the first thing we're doing when we're solving, we actually have to solve for 2x first. So 2x will equal these four solutions that we've got. Negative pi plus our basic angle of pi/3, then negative theta, which is negative pi/3, and then we go around to here. Our next solution is pi plus pi/3, and then the last one is 2 pi minus pi/3. So there are four solutions here for 2x. Let's simplify each of these. So that's negative 3 pi/3, excuse me, negative 3 pi/3 plus pi/3. So that's going to be negative 2 pi/3. This remains unchanged at negative pi/3. This is 3 pi/3 plus pi/3, that's 4 pi/3. And then 2 3s is 6 pi/3 minus pi/3, so that's 5 pi/3. Now these are the solutions for 2x, but we're actually solving for x. So what we need to do then is divide each of these by 2 in order to solve for x. So x will be equal to negative pi/3, because 2 pi/3 divided by 2 is pi/3. Negative pi/3 divided by 2 will be negative pi/6. This one here will be 4 pi/6, which will be able to be simplified, and then 5 pi/6. Okay, so these are the same. This one here can just be changed, okay, which would be 4 pi/6, which is 2 pi/3. And there are our four solutions. Always write your solutions in their simplest form.